Many thanks for staying with us. Let's switch gears to talk about the local government elections, which is just around the corner. That's on July 12th. The political landscape seems to be heating up as political parties, including the key gladiators, are intensifying, through their campaigns, mobilizing supporters and showcasing their candidates' credentials. However, as the election date approaches, there may be concerns around voter apathy, security, and logistics, which could impact on the outcome of the polls. Well, joining me right now to discuss this is Ayoyinka Oni, the chairman of the African Action Congress, Lagos State. I also have Ogunlami, Ogunlami Opeyemi-Benjamin is the community organizer, a candidate for Councillor Oworonshoki LCDA. He is also a member of the AAC. Gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me here.
All right, let me start with you, Mr. Ayoyinka.
Thank you.
So far, I know we've had conversations around LG,
Yes.
the preparation prior, and then you raised some concerns, both from the angle of INEX, that's the state umpire, LASEX, some issues that you had concerns with, and then security and all. But let me ask you, is there an update to it? Have those concerns been addressed? Are you comfortable to say, you know what, ahead of July 12th elections, we're good to go, the coast is clear?
Thank you for that question. It would be very wrong for me and to be lying to Lagosians to tell them that, oh, now we are comfortable and we are happy, that now we can tell you that LASEC is well prepared, or the Lagos State government and the security. But that's going to be a lie.
Why?
But that shouldn't distract them and prevent them from coming out. And why am I saying that? First, we had issues with the law, the electoral law itself. And you remember I told you that they disobeyed the Supreme Court judgment and constitution of the country, and they refused to make the passing of the law public. It was done in a kangaroo manner. We never saw anywhere that the Lagos House of Assembly sat to pass that law. It was about 2 weeks ago that we had a news that the Lagos House of Assembly was quoting the Attorney General, trying to query why the law has not been passed as of May. That was when he just passed that law. And they still went ahead to disobey the Supreme Court judgment. But we are not going to leave it at that. We are still going to go to the election, but all those irregularities will be challenged. In terms of security, there was a meeting with stakeholders and the police today, and we had a representative there. And the Commissioner of Police told us very clear that they don't have enough manpower.
The Commissioner of Police of Lagos State told you they don't have enough manpower.
You are saying already...
Manpower for what?
Manpower to protect the people, of course, and to guide the polls. And I raised the issue that what about their brothers and sister security agencies? The NSCDC said we're there for properties alone, nothing concerned them with the polls, and the army separate there for public protection and all that. And you know that at every polling unit, there is no armed police officer.
Yes.
They say that is their law. Fine. But there should be armed police officer at least few kilometers away. It's not that party agents and stakeholders will have to be calling the command before they now send somebody after they have already broken the ballot box and all that. And you know what the electoral umpire will do. They will say that location is null and void. So I don't see any preparation, I don't see any perfect plan for security agency or the LASEC towards this election.
Okay, I mean, what about you?
Well, for me, I will be talking about these election processes in light of my community. So far, so good. We've seen a lot of hanky-panky in the community, and then most of the opposition candidates have been disenfranchised.
How is that?
They are not participating in this election. And then the process of screening from LASEC was not straightforward. Screening candidates, requesting they bring their original documents. We got to LASEC. They requested we come around 10 a.m. in the morning. LASEC attended to us 7 p.m. in the night. And we questioned them that we hope that the party that we know, when they come, they will screen them the way they have done to us. Would they tell a local government chairman to come for screening 10 a.m. in the morning and be attended to by 6:30, 7 in the night? It doesn't make sense. Sometimes they told us to come back. We went back following week. That was last week. They still told us to come another day.
Were they given reasons for not being able to attend?
No reason at all. No reason.
So for you, you would say that, how would you put your confidence level ahead of July 12th election?
July 12th election, for me, it's within, the election is between a community and a political party, the ruling party.
What is the community here?
The community of Oworonshoki, that's where I'm from.
And the ruling party?
And the ruling party. And we have received a lot of intelligence about their games and what we should expect on the day of the election.
Well, what did you find out?
Well, something that used to be their games every year, every election year, we've received information that the polling units, they are not, they cannot guarantee of their winning will be blocked. LASEC will not get there. And we're also putting this straight to them.
The polling units that they are not guaranteed?
The ruling party will not have a hedge, will be blocked.
That's part of the intel you got?
That's what we got. So we're expecting them to counter it, to prove us wrong at the election.
All right. Let's move away slightly from the local government elections, right? Well, let's talk about an issue that is from Bona, and that's the issue of the coalition and the announcement of the ADC as the beautiful political bride or platform that this coalition has chosen to adopt. I'm coming to you. You're laughing.
Yes, it's very funny.
Okay, so Mr. Oni, what's your reaction to that?
Well, I'm going to be very frank, and I don't want to speak to myself or fellow politicians. I want to speak to Nigerians, and I want to refresh their memory very quickly and look at the players. Forget about the name of the party now. Could have been LRP, could have been whatever.
It could have been an AAC.
APC.
How about AAC?
Well, it cannot be AAC.
Why?
Because we don't accept criminals back into our party. If you are a crook that have destroyed the country at one time, if you have had criminal records that the EFCC, who are just joking Yahoo boys, have refused to try properly, and you come back and you say you are going to reform and change that country, how?
But some people will tell you you need coalition for politics.
If my national leader accepts it, I will resign as the chairman of Lagos.
You will resign?
Yes, if my national leader make that kind of mistake, I will resign.
To accept any politician that you consider of questionable...
Atiku, Peter Obi, Ayoyinka Oni, David Mark, one that destroyed our democracy in 1993, and you are telling Nigerians confidently that those people will change this country. How? How?
But some people will also tell you that collaboration is key.
No, you can't collaborate with criminals. Do you collaborate with criminals in your business? Do you collaborate with criminals who run your family? Why are we joking with Nigeria? This is a project of setting this country right. And some people have destroyed it for 50 years. And they're confident in doing it. David Mark has been in the Senate for years. He was there in terms of the military. I think all these people, different corruption cases. They now sit down around the tell Nigerians, we are here again. How is it different from what the APC did in 2015? I can tell you, and Nigerians should go and do their research. All these people, more than 70% of them were in the collaboration of APC in 2015. And they failed Nigerians for it. How can they now come and tell us that they are the one to make it better? No. I can tell them straight. I'm a chairman of a political party, I know things. Your chairman across the states of those parties will just be making money. This time for them to share money and they will enjoy themselves. But you, as Nigerians, you are going to suffer for another 8 years if that such coalition gets into power. We have said it. The masses should do their own collaboration. The masses should bind together and fight for their country to get better. Getting Nigeria better is not rocket science. It's leadership. That's all.
And you think this crop of
course.
These
are just the younger brothers of Tinubu and friends of Tinubu and his colleagues. They will still laugh about all these things after they are done with the game. That's all. And Nigerians will be the ones suffering. Okay, and I don't want Nigerians to be suffering.
All right, Opeyemi.
My take on this. Anyway, just as my chairman had said,
you're a young Nigerian.
Yes, we are young Nigerians, but we have not seen any legacy to follow or to emulate from the current rulers or reigners that we have. And
ruiners?
Yes, that's what we refer them. And there's a slogan in African Action Congress. We say, people who destroyed our past cannot guarantee our future. And then, from my own perspective, it is a call. AAC is making a call to the Nigerians to collaborate, and we are doing that. Because we are the suffering masses, we need to put heads together to see how we deliver ourselves. These people running our lives from one political party to another, it's just like moving from Chelsea to Liverpool. Nobody changes. They are just the same set of people.
All right, we'll go on a quick break now. When we return, we'll definitely continue the conversation. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Many thanks for staying with us. It's still Politics HQ on News Central Television, and of course we are looking at the Lagos State local government elections, which is just days away. In fact, this is the final week. Campaign top gear, preparation top gear, and politicking too top gear. I still have my guest with me. I have, of course, the chairman of the AAC in Lagos State is live with me in the studio. Thank you so much for your time. That's Ayoyinka Oni. And I also have Mr. Ogunlami. Opeyemi-Benjamin is the community organizer for the candidate for councillor. That's Oworonshoki LCDA of the AAC. Gentlemen, thank you for staying with me. The final minutes of the program. If you were to, ahead of the local government elections, if you were to make last-minute recommendations to the key players, and I'm talking about security, to the umpire, even to the voters themselves, what would you tell them?
Thank you so much for that question. Today, the AAC party, represented by our secretary, and the other political parties refused to sign the peace accord at LASEC because obviously there have not been peace throughout the preparation, and also we are not violent people. The people that causes violence during the election are the Obas in Lagos and the Ballets that are always used to mobilize thugs. An Oba in Oworonshoki was used in 2023 election. We reported all these things online during the process. So what are we not giving them as a last-minute advice? Do the right things you need to do. First, let materials get to all the polling booths. Let agents be able to monitor their elections properly. Let the results be seen and be transmitted as I tell us the process that will be used. For now, we don't know whether like is going to use electronic or it's going to be manual. Most likely it's going to be manual because their registration process was manual and it was very, very exhausting. That's one. Two, the security agencies should be neutral. If you are saying you don't have enough manpower, as the police officers have, the CP has said, make sure that the manpowers that can arrest situations to prevent it from happening should be close by. It's not that they'll break ballot box, you now cancel that location. Knowing fully well that the people that have broken that ballot box know they're not going to win in those positions. That is the advice for them. Thirdly is for the voters. Your mass number is important. They don't want you to come out. It's intentional because they know when there are 1,000 people, 3,000 people in a polling unit, how can 2 thugs, 5 thugs come and scatter it? We will beat them up and hand them over to the police. I'm saying this very confidently.
You will beat up the
Of course. We will beat criminals, miscreants that come to the polling unit to scatter it, and we hand them over to the police. We did it during NSAS, and we do it again. And we are saying this to LASEC and to Lagos State government. If there's any attempt to rig us in the locations that we are sure of winning, we are going to make that place ungovernable for whoever you declare. We are saying the truth. We are not going to cancel our polling unit and you think we're going to sleep and say, it has been done. No. We will protest everywhere until there's a rerun.
But you said you're not a violent people. Why do you want to beat people up?
Yes, you cannot be a miscreant. Don't we beat our children? If thugs come with cutlass and I beat them up, it's not beating. It is self-defense. I will beat them up, collect the cutlass and the sticks for them, and then run them over to the police. We are thousands. Let 3 thugs come and scatter our polling unit. So we invite the people to join us.
And that's a non-violent approach.
It's a non-violent, very peaceful approach.
It's just discipline.
Very discipline of miscreants. I cannot be a governor in Lagos and there will be thugs. I will end it in a day. But we have a government that is allowing thugs to behave like crooks. Thugs are the ones ruling our community. I dare there. In a society, 21st century, thugs are the ones moving up and down. Hey, Baba Lai, who does that? When there are people, education, people that are sound. It's a disgrace to this government so far. But we will not allow that to stand in this election. We'll fight against it.
All right. Let me just, your final thoughts, Opeyemi.
My final thoughts will go to Lagosians and specifically to my community. We've heard a lot of things. We've seen a lot of game being played out, even from the NURTW members in our communities, hindering our people from pasting posters, tearing posters around the communities. And then I myself have gone out to tell them that we're not enemies. We're just politically different in ideology. But for this election, I will appeal to them, because I also know that this power that be in the streets are not actually there based on their own volition. We know what they are telling us in the closet. They are not happy with the lives they are living. Many of them have been crumbled. If they decide not to do something, the real talk in the office, we call them, they are the ones using the keys of these boys, because they use them as tools. And then I'm appealing to them to consider the future of their children, to consider what life are they leaving behind once they are gone. A lot of them are gone now, even till last month. A lot of them are dying, and nobody cares about them. They are in the hospital. Some of them are still there, dying. They should remember that some of them have gone. They cared not for them. And then even a few years in my community, one died. One of their strong men died, and the Oba of the community saying, don't bury him here. And he was a top guy. They should remember that their life means nothing to the guys in government. This election, they should make sure it is peaceful. But if they decide that they still want to follow the way of the paymaster, we're on ground for them.
All right, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you on the program this evening. Ayoyinka Oni is the chairman of the African Action Congress, Lagos State. Also, Ogunlami, Opeyemi-Benjamin is the community organizer, candidate for Councillor Oworonshoki LCDA, the AAC. Once again, gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.